Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep and welcome back to the Butcher Circus. Today we are going into the ladder and going for a random match, and it looks like we are playing against the darkest one opponent called Hold the Line. So I think I've played against them before, I don't quite remember, but they're definitely playing a pretty scary team. So this is kind of like WD, but without a bounty hunter and with a Jester instead. Which obviously gives this team a lot of accuracy, which WD would love to have. But it also makes it so it doesn't have confirmed death blows. But it will have the finale, but it also doesn't have marks, so it's definitely played a lot differently, but it's still a really difficult team to deal with. So there's going to be a stun right there for 4 damage, we don't really care about that. And what team are we playing today? This is something we haven't played so far, and we are going to be giving it a try now. So this team is called the TWINBOSSES. The TWINBOSSES are the Jester and the Flagellant, and it was made by someone over in the Discord server called Riley. So she designed this team to be a stressed Jester team where he's an absolute chonker. He's gonna have a total of like plus 15 prot plus all this prot that he normally has, I mean dodge, and then 40% protection with the Bulwark of Light. But ow, that crit for 22, jeez. That's half my health bar with the man-at-arms, my goodness, that's a little much. Maybe I should have gone for a Bellow first before the Battle Ballad, but I wanted to hit the Jester for sure, so I just decided to go Battle Ballads first. So yeah, we have the Jester here to essentially drop the Battle Ballad, drop Dirk Stabs and so on, then drop a finale, so he's... wow, another crit! He's here to give the team a lot of accuracy, which it definitely wants, you know, especially for this Reign of Sorrows. Look at that, we get some confirmed hits, but... oh, no bleed. And yeah, and then he's here to drop the finale, which normally most stress teams could only hope of actually having a finale. And then once you actually go solo, you have a character in the front line, which... wow, really, already? He wants to finale my men-at-arms. Holy crap, I think that's a huge misplay if he wants to do that, but I'm gonna click here and I either drop a bell or I drop a bolster. Well, there was a battle ballad, I don't think bolster would be that smart, so I'm just gonna drop a bell and the debuffs are gonna be very useful. So yeah, the Jester is here to drop a finale, and once he actually goes solo, in the front line, that finale, in the front line you have 2 characters, one of them a Flagellant, which of course you'll want to focus down, and the other Jester with like a lot of dodge, especially if I had Bolster, and also a lot of protection, so you really don't know who to focus down. So why do I think that was a huge misplay? I think that was a huge misplay because my Flagellant doesn't even have Reclaim. You can play this with Reclaim instead of Reign of Sorrows, and I've been told it works just as well. This is the first time I'm playing the team, so I don't really know. But yeah, we're gonna go for this, and this Flagellant just feels really good because, oh, 47 stress. Even without command, you just have permanent plus 20 accuracy, so having a Jester here to help both these characters out is amazing. I think we kind of just suffered from not having, what you called? We suffered from not having the Pit Fighter's Helm on that man-at-arms, because this man-at-arms does have the Eerie Eye and the Numbing Incense instead, so not a setup I typically go for, but we are staying true to the original team and the original idea. And I'm gonna have to say, like, the man-at-arms might be dead, but it's gonna be really difficult for my opponent to, like, just push forward now, because I still have 2 characters that are very tanky in the front line, they're all pretty much full HP. And the Jester is slowly buffing up his finale to do some damage, so I'm gonna drop a solo right now. I don't quite have enough damage or enough damage caused on the enemy team that I can actually reliably go finale on anyone, but oh well. There's gonna be an abusive, so there's basically 0 dodge, but even with 0 dodge I still think the plus 20 accuracy is great because Flagellant and Cell's Accusation like both really want it. So another crit with the Dirk Stab this time, healing some stress too, and in response to that there's a few things we can do. I think I could click here and then react. Well, I'm kind of scared for my Flagellant here, because there could be a lot of damage coming in if there's a stun after I act, because then I won't be able to act for round 4, so I kind of don't want to let that happen. So I'm just gonna click the Crusader here and play a little bit defensively. This thing is, if I go Reign of Sorrows right now, yeah, like, sure, it helps, it's gonna do some damage, but it's not gonna make it so a character has to react immediately, and I think that's a mistake, but it's not gonna make it so a character has to react immediately. And then I would lose my action for round 3 and round 4 after a stun comes through, which is very likely. So I would not want to let that happen. Right now I can either drop a Dirk Stab or I can go for this Reign of Sorrows. I'm gonna go for the Reign of Sorrows because I have the extra bleed chance, because I got the crit last round, and here we go, they're all bleeding again. So that Jester is pretty much dead. I mean, he's gonna drop to this store, like, another Reign of Sorrows and then some stress and he's gone. But the rest of the enemy team, like, they're fine. This is kind of the problem with not having an Abomination, not having a Doggy for the Hound's Ares, is that your stress output just isn't all that good. Right now, I'm actually thinking of moving back and going solo again, believe it or not. As weird as that sounds, I feel like it's not a bad idea. Because I don't want to get stunned right now, I don't want to get hit, and the Jester could definitely get stunned. I mean, there's plus 20 accuracy on the manacles, it's a very high chance. That can fail the stun, but the crit helps. Ooh, even with the crit, not getting a stun, that's really unlucky actually. And now we can finally drop a Zealous Accusation. I'm gonna drop this Zealous. Hopefully get some damage through. Yeah, that's some damage, but it's not quite Affliction set, and these two characters are just pretty much chilling. So I've been told that this team does very well against damage and mark, but it's not doing great. We actually maybe did somewhat of a misplay there. Maybe I should have gone solo immediately to just keep my Jester out of position 4. Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to actually be hit. I kind of forgot how much accuracy the Arbalest has. Whoops, well, now we're really gonna have to get lucky, because I'm gonna go for a solo, and we're gonna have 70 dodge. I'm hoping that 70 dodge is enough to pretty much dodge everything that comes our way. So you can see, like, even with 55 dodge and 40% protection, you can still get one shot by an Arbalest, like, for sure, yeah. And actually, the Arbalest wasn't even expecting to go against any marks, but I gave her the mark. That's really funny. That does sadly hit, you know, even with 70 dodge. I mean, Battle Ballad is just... It's just Battle Ballad, it's tough to deal with. Yeah, not getting a finale off, which is probably what's gonna happen, is very annoying, but I still think we can manage. I wish that was a crit, because if that was a crit, I would be in a really comfortable position right now, but because it wasn't, I'm not so much in a comfortable position. I'm gonna go for a punish right now, which should be a kill. Oh, come on, I didn't do enough damage. I think I min-rolled. Yeah, if I had done enough damage to drop him to that store, he'd definitely be dead, but yeah, he's alive. He's gonna have to go for a heal if he wants him to stay alive, so there's actually a stun this time. I'm just gonna pass my action, and those manacles crits, like, this Abomination got like 3 crits this match. That's brutal, that's absolutely brutal. It's gonna be a Holy Lance now, like, 55% protection is trying to hold up, but it's not always gonna work. Please say no, Abusive can't even say no. Yeah, he's gonna stay alive. Maybe he does an act out and causes, like, an Affliction on maybe Crusader or something. He did an act out, but that's not an Affliction just yet. Yeah, there's gonna be another Dirk Sap. Come on, give me another crit. No crit this time, thankfully. And right now, well, right now, I think we have to go for Affliction, see if we actually want to have a winning chance. Like, we have one advantage, which is the fact that there isn't any finishers on the enemy team, but yeah, that's not gonna help. Oh, that's not gonna help. Okay, I think I know what I gotta do with this team. I'm gonna give it Pitfighter's Helm. I feel like the Man at Arms is gonna be happier with the Pitfighter's Helm, and then I'm gonna maybe give the Flagellant Reclaim. I'm not sure, but I've definitely figured out how the team works, how the team operates. So we're gonna take it from there and hopefully get some get a winning chance here, because yeah, I mean the next match, because I don't think I can win this one. I'd have to get unbelievably lucky. It's gonna be Manacles now. I mean, drops me to this store, even with 55 prot. Like, the crits, more damage you do with the Abominations, also more damage you do. It's kind of like the Arbalest and her crits. Stress heal on top. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Yeah, once he gets to death, like, immediate death blow. No, it doesn't even have rid of execution. Let's see, the Arbalest is gonna go for a sniper shot. How much damage does she do? She does 13, which is kind of a min-roll, but oh well. That's all she wrote for me, and we'll go again and try this in another match. Alright, and here we go, on to a match number 2. Technically it's a match number 3 because I just played against a novice, but I mean that match wasn't worth showing. They just surrendered pretty early, and they were playing like a very unoptimized Mark team, and I mean an unoptimized Mark team against this, yeah, this just means you can't win. So right now we're playing against the Winter Bliss TOT team, so this is a pretty fun one and a pretty difficult one when you don't have repasts. So I think that first things first, I'm actually gonna Battle Ballad before there's a puncture on the Jester, because accuracy is very important against this team. You have a Shield Breaker with 65 dodge, I mean she's only gonna have 50 normally, then you have a Jester with 40 and you have an Antiquarian with 15, like that's a lot of dodge overall. Now, second thing second, I am going to actually, believe it or not, I'm going to command for double accuracy because I want to hit. I really want to hit my Zealous Accusations, and I really want to hit my my Reign of Sorrow. So right now I have plus 40 accuracy, plus 48 on this Crusader. It's actually going to be an impale. I think that's a mistake. Okay, getting 2 crits out of it makes it less of a mistake for sure. But I still think that running Impale overall is a mistake. Adder's Kiss right now could immediately demolish my Crusader. I feel like that would be a better play, but yeah. Now we're gonna go for the Zealous Accusation, 73% hit chance, and it still misses! Oh my god, there is no justice in this roll. Yeah, like, I literally went for double accuracy buffs for one reason, which was to hit the Shieldbreaker, and we still miss! Come on, what can I do? And they hit my Jester, what a sick joke. Okay, yeah, ain't much I can do when the game doesn't want me to hit. So I'm gonna go for this. We do get both of these hits. I mean, 15 of that dodge is gonna go away soon, so we'll be decent. But the thing is, my team's gonna melt. Like, my team is absolutely gonna melt. There's Festering Vapors, there's Harvest, there's Hemlock, Flagellant with Reign of Sorrows. Like, the team's gonna die before we even notice it dying. So before that happens, you know, just slightly before that happens, I think, let's drop a Zealous here first. So have the plus accuracy, we haven't been disrupted yet by a puncture, so we're gonna do it now. Okay, this time we get a hit. We don't hit for very much because she got a crit, so that's extra 15% protection, but yeah, it's still okay. We had 138 accuracy and we missed, by the way. Goddamn Shieldbreaker. Wow! Double crit, double bleed on the Crusader as well. Doesn't even have the blood red coin. Okay, Ikikiko. I see how it is. I see how it is. Well, we're not giving up, for sure. We are definitely not giving up. We're gonna win this match, believe it or not. It's gonna take some effort out of us, but we're gonna win it. Let's drop a Bellow now, hopefully get some damage debuffs. I mean, damage debuffs are useless, but getting closer to Afflictions is good. The major problem with this team is that not having an Abomination, not having a character to do AoE stress. I mean, Jester and Men-at-Arms technically both do AoE stress with Bellow and Solo, but like, these don't crit, these don't do massive stress. They're not what I typically consider like big stress abilities. We also don't have like panic darts or anything. Like, none of our stuff really hurts apart from Reign of Sorrows, and as good as Reign of Sorrows is, like, it's not quite enough in a team like this that doesn't even have a repulse to just win. Because yeah, it's gonna destroy the enemy backline, and the Zealous is gonna destroy the enemy frontline, that's true, but it's gonna take ages, and it doesn't really destroy them that much through stress. I mean, Zealous does a lot of stress, but it's only these two, and it's when it hits, and it's when the Crusader isn't being stunned, because he's getting stunned all the freaking time. That's just Crusader things. Now, I'm probably gonna get finale'd. There's 2 finale buffs. I have 20% protection. I have to hope that 20% protection is enough. Now the thing is, I want to Dirk Stab solo, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna have enough time, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because I need 3 finale buffs if I actually want to finale that Flagellant, which is 100% what I want to do. I want to kill that Flagellant, I want to take him out of here. Either him or the Shieldbreaker, but hopefully the Flag. So the game plan for that is going to be to survive this finale. I mean, it should do like 9 to 18 damage. There's no way you go for that. Absolutely no way you go for that. I can't go Zealous right now either. I could go Bulwark to prevent the damage. Is it really a play to go Bulwark right now? Because I'm going to lose a command buff from that. Yeah, I think the play right now, believe it or not, is going to be one of 2 things. But I'm going to start off with Reign of Sorrows. And after that, I'm gonna go for a guard on the Jester. So I don't think you drop Finale right now. I mean, you should have 11 to 20, minus 20% protection. So it's gotta be like, maybe even 8 to 15 or 8 to 16 or something like that. There's a dodge there, finally, our dodge coming in clutch. And right now, we actually resisted the bleed too, so looks like the match might be slightly turning in our favor. And now we're gonna guard this Jester. Of course, with this guard, my opponent can do something very funny, which is going for a puncture. But if you do that, you can't finale. So, I mean, do it at your own peril, because after that I have a finale up. And I'm not sure if you want to give me my finale. I mean, if you want to, sure. But yeah, I will have finale up, and I will be able to drop a Holy Lance on whoever I want for more damage. So my opponent thinks twice and decides to go for an Expose instead, getting a crit out of it. Yeah, Expose is rough. And we go Masochistic. Not the worst one to get on a Crusader, but also not the best. So right now we're gonna do this. We have... Who goes first next round? I do, actually, I do. In that case, I don't even have to solo, I can just do this, and I'll get a confirmed death blow chance with Finale. Yeah, that's really good. So we're gonna have 3 Finale buffs, we're gonna have plus 25% damage while guarded, and he's gonna have 10 HP. There's no way we don't Finale this Flagellant right now. Unless the Crusader moves forward with Masochistic and somehow dies at the same time. And, you know, because if he moves forward with Masochistic, I'm moving back, like, no doubt about it. It's just, it's gonna be my first reaction, like, immediately. Not even gonna think about it. I'm gonna... I could heal him. Or I could heal him. Let's see, who do we want to heal here? I'm gonna heal the Jester, just keep him out of this store. I feel like that's good. We don't want him to be at this store, and right now you can't really do too much with your own Jester. I mean, you can Finale my Man-at-Arms, you can probably Finale the Crusader. Yeah, probably, not confirmed. Yeah, that's a little bit over it, it's only 4 points over it, not quite a confirmed chance of getting that. And now, since we went first round 1, we go first round 4, and we can drop a Finale, 13 to 24. Or are we crazy and we drop it on the Shieldbreaker? No, you drop it on the Flagellant. Flagellant is more important. Now, keep in mind, normally my Flagellant would be screwed right now because there's a Shieldbreaker, and Shieldbreaker has so much dodge, she's so annoying to deal with. However, I have permanent Battle Ballad. I don't have to rely on command to actually get hits. I have permanent Battle Ballad, and permanent Battle Ballad is great. Now, that's a very suspicious antiquarian move, because it's not really doing anything for you. My Man-at-Arms was already dropping to their story, didn't get any death blows out of it, and she's still in a position where she doesn't want to be, so very suspicious move by her, definitely, and in response to that, I think I might be going for a death blow on her, but killing the Jester might be more important here. I'm gonna go for the Jester instead, because they both have finishers, right? And she's already dropping to their store. The Jester isn't, and if I drop a Rain of Stars and maybe a Bellow, he's gonna be afflicted too, so that's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be a puncture now, so my Jester probably isn't gonna last all that long. He's at their store and there's a Finale coming. I mean, not a Finale, but there's a Dark Snap coming through with a 60 death blow chance. Let's see. We get Fearful. Please don't pass. Please don't pass. Please don't pass. Okay, not a pass. And this is going to cause an Affliction, so I'm going to go for it. You might be wondering, well, shouldn't you go command as maybe your final action, just to make sure that Flagellant hits his abilities? Yes. But if I got like an irrational on that Jester, I could have made him pass. I could have made him like hit the Crusader or something. Oh, you got Abusive. Abusive is... Well, it's abusive. It means that he's gonna have no dodge. Ooh, he survived. Means that he's gonna have no dodge, but it also means that he does stress to the other characters. So I'm not gonna complain too much about it. So I get to heal here, and who do I want to heal is the question. Do I want to heal him with Dirk Stab, or do I want to heal him with Bellow? Probably the one that isn't afflicted. I mean, Bellow is fun, but he's fearful. That means he's gonna pass. And he's already pretty much ticking down to 0 anyway after a while, so I'm just gonna heal the Jester here, keep him alive. Yeah, he's already suffered the death sword check. Let's keep him alive and well, and let's see how we take it from here. Because getting a 35% death blow with the Dark Side would be very helpful. I think that was worth it. There's gonna be Impale right now. Of course, it gets a crit, which means I get afflicted. Why not? We were expecting it already. It's part of the major plan, and we do go Paranoid, so that's a little bit extra dodge, that's not too shabby, and now we can get 2 Afflictions, or not, we get passed from the Fearful, so that's kind of like why I didn't want to invest too much into the Man-at-Arms, because he's just gonna pass with Fearful. Now the thing is, Antiquarian doesn't do enough damage, she's Death Store minus 20, and I have 45 prod, she's... What? She did enough? Oh, that's gotta be a max roll on that, that is so lucky. If I'd gotten the bell, then yeah, for sure she wouldn't do enough. I am so surprised she did enough. I had 45% protection. I guess 45 protection is a joke or something. I can either get 2 Afflictions, maybe, or I can get a death blow for 35. I think 2 Afflictions, honestly, as weird as that looks. It's also gonna get the Jester closer to dying. So yeah, she goes Masochistic, which is great for us because, you know, she has Finisher and she's at death's door. That's perfect. And now Abusive Jester maybe says something bad and makes the Shieldbreaker act out. Dark Stab, not quite enough, but I'm blighting out, so yeah, he's probably not gonna live for too long. I think that right now I'm actually gonna go for a punish on the Jester. because if I got a crit from that, he would be dead, but no crit, sadly. And yeah, the Flagellant's still alive. Like, there's nothing right now that would do 13 damage to the Flagellant, so I don't really mind it all that much. I still want to keep the Jester alive pretty much at all costs, because I want to use my second Redeem. But yeah, maybe I could have gone for a Redeem right there, but it wouldn't have healed all that much, it wouldn't have done anything. So yeah, there's the Act Out, there's the Shieldbreaker going Fearful, that's plus 10 dodge, so that is not what we wanted. But still, 3 Afflictions, we have Permanent Battle Ballad. We are doing okay. There's going to be a take cover right now, and what does the Jester do? Well, I'm dead to Expose, I'm probably dead to Dirk Stab. Do I go for a 35% chance of getting a death blow, or do I go for that? I'm going to go for the 35, I don't take it. And now my Jester is probably dead. Oh, that might be enough. Not quite, but from Act Outs, he'll be dead. Yeah, from Act Outs, the Jester is going to be dead. There's probably going to be an Act Out soon, like... There's 3 afflicted characters. He's like the Jester's having to deal with 2 girls while he's abusive. Like, this is not a cool Jester. He's probably gonna get injured from that. So yeah, there's the final Dirk Stab. The Jester is gone. I didn't get my redeem off, my second redeem off. I only got one, sadly. But right now I can go for maybe a kill on the Jester or maybe a hit on the Shieldbreaker. Let's see. Shieldbreaker is Fearful and Bellow debuffed, so there's no way she does 5 damage unless she crits. And Jester is just gonna die. I'm just gonna kill the Jester. I think it's a no-brainer. Also, Anti-Current going Masochistic is good, but it's not great. Oh, regen. I'm not sure about the regen. I mean, it's gonna keep her out of this door, but I'm not too sure about the regen. She moves back here, which could be helpful. That means I can now punish, and yeah, there's no way that does enough damage. So I'm gonna be at this door here, and I think that being at this door, I have to go drop an Exsanguinate. So Jester Corpse probably gonna die soon. Yeah, it's gonna die soon for sure. And we're gonna go for this. So 5% chance of getting a death blow. Very unlikely to get it, but oh, crit heal for 48. And where's your regen now? I just bleed my way through it. That's kind of the problem with this. If this Antiquarian actually had Protect Me instead of Flash Powder, like, why do you even run Flash Powder? Okay, it's gonna clear my stress. It might not even apply the debuff, but you do get the debuff, thankfully for you. But I still have Battle Ballad, I have last hero standing, like, I'm fine. A little extra stress from the Fearful, but I don't really mind. And there's gonna be another crit. Yeah, there's just gonna be crit after crit. But I'm still pretty far away from getting afflicted. Yeah, still relatively far away. I'm only at 73 stress. Now I'm gonna go for 20. We take those, and it's to the final 1v1 between the power couple. So I guess they divorced, and Shieldbreaker decided to stay with the DOT boys, and the Flagellant decided to move over to the stress team. So we are, wow, almost afflicted right now, but we're still fine. We still have 2 Exsanguinates, and she has 60 dodge, but we have an extra 30 accuracy, so our hit chance is a 55 each time. 55 each time. That's not great. Actually, no, it's going to be better. I still had a Flash Powder debuff on me, so it's actually going to be better than 55. She just keeps critting. Every single action, she just keeps critting. I mean, I know I have exposed debuffs on me, but it still looks pretty funny that she just won't stop critting. So I go Rapturous, what a surprise. And right now I can drop an Exsanguinate, but I'm not going to drop an Exsanguinate unless I'm at this door. I want the extra 5 accuracy, and whoa, that punish hurts. That punish hurts, and she's dropping to that store now. So I think I'm not gonna win this through stress. I think she's too far away from 200 now, because once again I didn't have Abomination to do stress. And she's been healing a lot of stress with those exposes. So yeah, she's healing like 3 stress each and every time she gets a crit over there. She might win through stress, actually. Could you imagine? 60% hit chance. We close our eyes, we go for it, and we take it. So now it's going to take a very long while until you actually take me down again. And this is kind of the problem with not having Adder's Kiss, because Adder's Kiss would take me down easily, and Expose is just going to take a little while, especially if I had used Bolster. Like, I didn't think going Bolster would have been a play, and I didn't. So now we missed the 55, because Shieldbreaker, Fearful, and Serpent Sway. There's still another Serpent Sway. I think Serpent Sway might be a mistake here, because you just dropped a lot of the crit chance you had on me. Yeah, like, you're doing 10 stress each time, and now you actually give me a chance of winning through stress. I'm not sure if that was the best play. So there's only one Act Out that the Flagellant can do. That's the good thing about just not giving yourself a lot of options. It's like this in real life. If you want to do something, like, imagine that you want to Rapturous today and you want to go punish. Instead of giving yourself like a lot of things you can do, you just limit yourself to the only thing that you actually need to do. So The normal example I use with this is if you want to stay healthy and eat healthy, stay out of the kitchen. If that makes sense. So the cookies are in the kitchen, right? So if you just stay out of there, you're not going to give yourself a chance to go for a bad act out. I think I'm making more sense now than what I was before. So yeah, we just have to keep punishing. And again, Serpent Sway just means that one more punish and I win through stress. So I really don't think that was the best play. I don't think Impale was the best play either, because you could be dropping me to 0, doing massive amounts of blight, and after I Sanguinate I just drop right back down to 0. Like, that's what you could be doing. But instead of that, you're trying to beat me through stress, and I have counter map solution. Like, every Flagellant's gonna have counter map solution. And eventually, I'm just gonna hit and you're gonna be doomed. Like, I could fail, I could miss forever. That's a possibility, but the possibilities and what actually happens, it changes. So yeah, we just need to hit one punish, and the Twin Bosses team is actually going to win against DOT if we hit the punish. And yeah, whose will is more righteous than mine, says the Flagellant, and the Shieldbreaker is gone. So I hope y'all enjoyed the matches. The team is definitely playable. I'm not quite sure how good it is. Like, it felt really good against this team somehow, but in the last match it didn't feel all that great because, you know, I was just getting stunned. I didn't have a lot of stress output. The Man at Arms died really quick. I gave him a Protector Sky this match just so he'd be a little bit tankier. But in doing that, I also lost the stun resistance and I lost the stress resistance. So that means we get afflicted a lot faster and we also get stunned a lot easier. So yeah, going for guards right now, even though we have the Protector's Kite, going for guards right now is less of a good time than if I had the Numb Against us, because that means that with 70% stun resistance, if there's a Vestal on the enemy team with Dazzling Light, Tome of Fury, let's bring her trinkets, Tome of Fury and the Brass Knuckles, she's just gonna have 150% stun chance, and you are not gonna have a good time because you're gonna lose your action, you're gonna get stunned. So yeah, this Man at Arms feels kind of weird in this team, but I don't think you can really change it out for anything else, because Bellows are important, being tanky is important, and he's naturally tanky. Commands are still great, even with the Battle Ballad buff, and Bolster is just a must-have if you're playing against another stress team. So overall, really nice team. Do play it if you want to give it a try, because it looks decent. You can change out the Rhinoceros with the Reclaim, that was an idea, but if you do that, then killing the enemy backline is going to be a lot tougher. And if I had Reclaimed this match instead of Rhinoceros, I wouldn't have won, because the enemy backline would have been fine the entire match, and I would have probably either been hitting it to the Flagellant and letting him heal, because I didn't let the enemy Flagellant heal, I just had a Jester with Finale to stop that altogether, or I would be missing the shield breakers, so that wouldn't be too good. So yeah, that's one good thing about having the Stress Jester, is that you actually have Battle Ballad, so permanent accuracy buff, and then you have Finale. So not only do you have a Flagellant to deal with the enemy Flagellant, you have a Finale to deal with the enemy Flagellant in the Stress team. It's great, it really is great. So give this one a try, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers!